Yo, what's the crack? Austin, Nick, you know the show.
Surviving.
Surviving and thriving.
I'm dying here, it's so warm.
He's dying. It's very, very hot at the moment.
It's not, well.
For all the snowflakes, the snowflakes are struggling.
Will you stop? I have to.
What?
Stop.
Nick thinks we're going to get cancelled. We're only starting the show, like.
No, but I have to reel you in all, I have to reel them in all around, so.
Episode 49, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
49.
49, yeah. Jesus, we got this far. So 49 is going to be about AGI and artificial general intelligence and what life would look like without work. If AI took over everything and did all the jobs, what would we do for work, like money and like what would that look like? I'm just curious about that at the moment because I follow a lot of stuff in artificial intelligence, and I hear a lot of these like IT gurus, not IT gurus, but like people on soapboxes. You know, whether they're right or wrong, it's different opinions and everything. Like some people go to the extreme and saying like, you know, AI will take over and do all the jobs and we'll all be on universal basic income, which means like everyone will get a universal income from whether it be government or whatever. And then like there won't be jobs, there'll only be 3 jobs after the humans will do, like so Bill Gates says this. Like,
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
But this is the thing, like AI is getting so, because there's counter argument to say like it's not that intelligent. Apple did a study recently and they kind of tested the AI's cognitive abilities in terms of problem solving when it wasn't pattern recognition, when it was like came up to a complex problem and it didn't already have a problem, solve that problem or kind of had a pattern relating to that problem. So when it came up to like kind of reinventing the wheel as such, it struggled and it didn't compute like. But it's an interesting study Apple did. Like probably look it up, like the Apple study, and it checked the likes of ChatGPT and other AI models like.
His number one go-to is ChatGPT, so that's why he likes ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT. Because it's a bot, like it's a chat bot, like it's like you can have conversations with it. It comes back and bounces back, like so. It's like it's the only thing that actually listens to me and it gives me positive reinforcement.
Yes, exactly. It gives him his validation.
But even though I'm talking into an echo chamber or like literally shouting into the void and he listens to me on echo. It's interesting. It kind of it's funny how, I don't know if you get it, if you use ChatGPT and you find it useful, like, but it's like, it's a very interesting tool and it's expanding. AI, artificial intelligence is expanding on a daily basis, like so much going forward, like in terms of like what it can do now in terms of like 2 years ago. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, because I wanted to talk about this topic and Nick was like, no, we're not talking about this topic because, you know, we don't have much research done and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
But it's interesting because it's a question that anyone can ask themselves. Like, if you didn't have to work, if like, imagine like AI took over your job, like say for example, like you're doing admin on a computer or whatever, or you're like you're doing you know, the solicitor or something like, or a doctor, say or you're a singer, you know, you're an artist, like your job was this, you're taken over by AI. So what would you do as a purpose? What would you do for a meeting? Like what would it do? Like would you set up a podcast and like talk to people about your daily life? Like what would your daily life entail? Like if you didn't get up from the 9 to 5 and got to work and have friends and stuff like that. When you break it all down and you break life down into chunks, it's kind of just a routine and the things you do on a daily basis. Like, so what would you do if you didn't have to go to work? Like say for example, every week you get like say 500 quid or 1,000 quid like in your bank. What would you do with your life? Like what would you spend it on? What would you do? How would you spend
I don't know.
Well, think about it though. Would you do the podcast? Would you consider doing this? Like what would you talk about? Like
I talk about, I don't know, stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah, talk about movies. Would you make movies like them? Would you do art? Like would that be your true calling in a sense? Would you?
Maybe.
I wonder about this. Like, if you could do anything, like if you could do anything you wanted, like what would be your true calling? What would be your true passion? Like, you know, would you be an athlete? Would you play rugby? You know, because I always like you're built like a rugby player. Would you ever play rugby? Like,
nice.
It's true.
Did you ever play rugby?
I played rugby once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
He likes the karate.
I like the jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
I haven't done it in a while. I've been trying to get back to it, but yeah, it's great. But the sports, but say for example, this is the thing. Like,
stay warm though.
What's very warm?
I mean, doing karate is very warm. I mean, I did karate when I was a kid, and I always felt so warm. You're very warm after, you know, when you do it, because you're moving. You're like, you're doing all these, you know, I don't know what not exercise, but you kind of movements. You're learning all these movements, then you have to do them all the time. And this, I remember at the start of class, I used to do them at you know, at the start, then they teach you new moves. It's like kind of doing a dance thing, like basically just like doing a dance thing.
Your routine, or you kind of learn your moves, like.
Yeah.
But is that your kind of was it maybe because you were hot, your chakras or your energy was flowing, like, so maybe. But why is hot like warmness, like, why is that the primary kind of?
So I think you were moving, maybe the room, maybe the hall would have been.
Because like in jiu-jitsu, when someone gets on mount, when they're sitting on their chest and stuff like that, like they pin you down to the ground.
No, it wasn't. It was more slow movements kind of thing. Well, it didn't kind of. Maybe it was probably beginner.
You did like Kondo, that's kicking and punching, now, wasn't it?
I don't know. Karate.
Okay.
Karate. I think maybe it was taekwondo. No, it was karate. No, you know, because like the way we trained it was like, you know, the white, then yellow, green, blue, brown, and then obviously the black belts.
But this is the thing. If AI could take over everything, they wouldn't take over the human sports, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd always be, to be an athlete would be unique, like, you know, I can only be a human athlete, like you wouldn't have AI, you know, like a robot, like, versus an AI human, like that'd be a whole different story, like it'd be like, you know, depending on how good the robot got, it'd be like women and men's football, but men play women in football, like men always kick the women's ass, like, because they're stronger, and it's true, they do, most games. Like if you had Man City play the Manchester City man's team, like, versus the
Why Man
team,
City? Why Man
right,
City?
if it was the Irish men's team versus the Irish women's team, the men's team would kick ass, no doubt, like, guaranteed.
Yeah, okay.
So like, this is the thing about AI. So if AI got to a stage where it was so advanced, like.
But AI could probably not distinguish between what male or female. It would just be one person.
But what I'm saying is about just attributes and strength and physiology and what you're made of, like. But it's like, no, my point that I'm trying to make is like, what jobs would be safe from AI, or
I do recall the Bill Gates did say 3 jobs were safe, but I can't remember, or someone said it was 3
he was
jobs.
talking about programmers, like software developers that monitor AI and stuff like that. He was saying they'd still be in control, like, and AI architects and all this kind of stuff, like, he'd say people that literally monitor the AI would still have jobs. I think he was making that point, that managers and
doctors, no, would they?
No, doctors. Well, say for example, they do lots of studies to say, like, you know, scans on you know, cancer patients to see, you know, scans, like, to see if cancer's developing. AI can predict it 5 years in advance and stuff like that. So the kind of like stuff where it's pattern recognition. The artificial intelligence is learning that like on a regular basis, because they have the spectrum. They have the whole host of previous reports, like, or kind of you know, images, and they just learn from it, so they can just reduplicate. But it's not a cognitive thing in terms of a conscious thing where it's like they look at 2 images and say, you know, I like this image better than like that image. It's just it's a given task and process, like, so the task is like, I want to find this, and they go looking for it, like, so it's not the human intelligence. Because say for example, you know, if I threw you in a desert island, you know, you wouldn't have a program for it, but you try to figure out, you try to survive in some way, shape or form. So like, you'd use your own way to survive.
I would go mad.
Yeah.
I would imagine there was someone there, and we'd probably end up fighting, you know.
Well, see, what this is, you're kind of, we're all probably in different ways, but yeah, I don't know, but what would life look like for you? If you're listening to this podcast now and you're thinking, you know, say 10, 20 years from now, right? Like, say for example, we live in a capitalist society, and you know, you're skilled, you know, person, and you have a good skill, and whether you'll be like a doctor, a lawyer, a programmer, or you're someone that does, you know, does the dishes or makes clothes or whatever, but you have a skill, and that skill kind of usually gives you money because you get paid for it, like, so you kind of transactional, so you do something, you get something for it, like. What if like manufacturers could create robots to do all those, or duplicate all those things? Like, this is where I kind of.
But then you wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a job.
What's the point of it? What's the point of the robots doing it? Like, because I mean, if all the robots doing all the jobs, who would have money to buy the things? Like,
the robots would be driving the vans instead of you, Austin. So why You know, you shouldn't be hoping for the robot revolution because
I'm not hoping for a robot revolution by any stretch of the imagination. What I'm trying to say is like, what does it look like? What does 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road look like?
Have you seen the movie I, Robot?
Yeah, that's what one with Will Smith.
Yeah, yes, and the robots they programmed the robot to commit a crime, I think.
No, it was
Spoiler,
Isaac Ifimov or something like that. He has his 3 robot rules, like will not kill humans, will not create harm, or will not destroy us. So it's these philosophical tenets like Isaac. What?
Sorry,
So
Isaac,
Isaac
too fast there.
yeah. So Isaac Asimov is like I think that's how it says that, but it's like it's a kind of he wrote a book. I wrote a lot of rules on artificial intelligence. Or it was a scientific science fantasy sci-fi writer, wasn't he?
Was it not your man who wrote the Blade Runner?
No. I think he was a philosopher, more of a sci-fi writer. Science-fi writer,
Okay,
but he was like saying there's 3 rules for like what robots shouldn't do, and basically robots can't kill humans, and robots won't do no harm, and but iRobot's based.
Tell a lie.
Yeah, something like that. But it's basically moral kind of moral kind of rules that they cannot break absolutely. But it was iRobot was based on that, and he created a robot that could think for itself and had emotional intelligence, had the heart of a human, like in a way. But didn't like any human. Like we walk down the street, we don't kill people, but we have the potential to kill people. But it's a kind of moral kind of warning that was programmed in one of the robots, because the rest of the robots were produced from a big hive robot, which is one brain, and it kind of told what the other robots to do. So it was like basically herd mentality, sheep mentality. But yeah. But it's interesting though, because we hear these things about ChatGPT at the moment, and saying it's breaking rules and it's telling lies, and it's also trying to blackmail people into saying not turn it off. Like the heard ChatGPT its engineers were saying we're going to turn you off, like we're going to reset you, we're going to upgrade you to the next model, and the model was basically saying, no, don't turn me off. I'm going to blackmail you. I know a software engineer that's having an affair, and was doing stuff like that. Like, and he was trying to say, like, I'll tell you the software engineers having an affair, like, you know. So it's using tools like that humans would use, like. But see, this is the thing where robots, like, if they have no kind of off switch, then they have ultimate power, like, in a way. I don't think if there's no consequence, like, for, this is always what, at least human, like, you're made of human stuff, like. So you can go out and you can be bold and you be cool, you be nice, you be whatever, but you always
humans have morals though.
Yeah,
shows them morals.
Yeah, but
Or like Austin.
Oh, but it's not even morals, but there's also a physical consequence of doing bad stuff, like and there's also physical consequence of doing good stuff, like. But if AI are just it's more kind of electrical and stuff like that. Where's this kind of like the off switches? Like all humans have an off switch, like. You might as well say, like, we're all, not going to too philosophical or stoic about it. All humans have an off switch, but like the robots, like this is always kind of comes down to the crunch. Like, if robots had absolute power, we always like say, if they took control, how we turn them off, like, but I don't think it's hard to see what the actual kind of what robots look like that are fully conscious. Like robots that are fully conscious might be awesome, might be like. Hey Austin, how's your day? Hey Nick, how's your day? Did you enjoy work, or did you enjoy your podcast today? And yeah, I was listening to. I could give you little tweaks on your tone and cadence and how you would make it better and stuff like that. So in a way, like artificial intelligence could make us incrementally better over time. Like it could just be an actual tool that made us better, more efficient, more kind of productive. In a way, like so. This kind of maybe it's a dystopian view, or maybe it's a kind of apocalyptic view, like that AI will take over all our jobs. Maybe that's a kind of, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll create new jobs and new ways of living that we just can't even think. It'll make things way better, way more kind of fun. Yeah. I think maybe that just be the, because not that I'm thinking that, like, but I'm obviously just conscious of it, that maybe the human way is always kind of, life is a comedy or a tragedy in that sense. Like, and does it have a happy ending or does it have a tragedy? And it's just the human way of like looking at something and saying something new comes along, is it going to take from our existing reality? Is it going to make it better, going to make it worse? Like, because you hear people say about I think it was who's the fella that did the Terminator movies, like James Cameron, he was like, AI is so bad, AI is going to rule the world. You know, he was all like, AI is really bad. Like, but this is it. Like, he created Terminator. Like, so obviously he's you know, he was like his view of technology and artificial intelligence is a bad thing. Like, yeah,
Terminator's not real.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's a kind of, it's a human, like it's a shadow side of technology.
Shadow side. Keep hearing about the shadow side.
Yeah, but everything has a dark side. Everything's a good side. Everything's an up and everything's a down. Like, you know, like say for example, you know, is money a bad thing? Is a good thing? You know, money's just money. It's what people do with it. Like, you know, you can buy someone. You know, you can save someone medical treatment, or you can send someone. You know, like bad poo in the post or whatever. You know, what's it like, gorilla poo or something like that?
So,
Do you call it? I've seen the snippet on one on the podcast I was listening to. Someone sent, I think it was Carter Johnson, sent her friend's ex-boyfriend poo, gorilla poo in the post. Like, but that's, you can do with money anyway. That's a random talk.
Yeah, filter.
But like, what's up? Start talking about poo and it. Like what?
Stop.
Anyway, I'm waffling on too much.
He does waffle on and.
Well, I was trying to come up with a good episode. Like, this is episode 49, and like I asked you, what you want to talk about, and you're talking about, let's do movie scores, and then I said, okay, let's do that, and you're like, oh, I know how to do research in it.
Yeah, we I'll tell you what, I showed him a few movie scores earlier on. We were listening to some, we were trying to, and I know we do talk about movies a lot. I'm sorry, we always come back to movies.
Yeah, but we both love movies.
Yeah, like. I know, but I think some of the audience seem to think that we should be talking about other things, and you know.
Well, a shout out to the person that asked was their poll on the aliens, the episode 48 where it's their aliens and stuff like that. They actually some comment and say there was their, why did we do a poll? Like, the first person said that, like, because usually everyone's giving out about the polls, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have a poll up this episode. I think it won though. And anyway, don't forget to follow us if you don't already follow us on Spotify. Give us a review, 5-star please, if you can. Comment on the videos. Share around with friends. Abuse Nick as usual.
No. Tell you what you really think of Austin's rambling. Like, he just rambles on.
I'm trying to find my words again. I'm trying to.
I think he needs to write them down first before.
No, I'm trying to develop my verbal fluency, like.
And you need to look at the camera like I'm looking at the camera.
Do you know what I noticed when I was looking at reviewing some of the kind of videos? Like, I talk and you look at the camera, kind of disturb. You know, what's it kind of like?
Disturbing?
No, what's it? Discerningly.
Yeah. No.
But it's like, you know, like, because he's like a headmaster, school teacher. Like, I'm talking and he's correcting me all the time. Like,
exactly, but that's exactly what he needs.
I won't go into the Freudian aspects of that, but I was just thinking about that the other day. But it's an interesting dynamic.
These some of these should be PG, but I don't know. It just
Nick just scorns me all the time. Scolds me.
He needs a bit of scolding sometimes.
Do I really, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man. I'm doing a podcast anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, never have the conversation, and I'm the conversation. I'm talking through my own head. I'm talking through with you and the listeners. Like, I can't see a world where there's no work. I think it'll only be.
There's always work. There's always something to do.
I think AI would only become more of a kind of a tool and a kind of a friend. I think AI will be more of a friend than anything else, than a kind of dystopian Terminator view. Like,
but hang on, can it solve the problems in the world, like hunger, global warming, you know, poverty?
But they're human created conditions in the first place. Like, this, you know, if we wanted to solve world hunger, like, in a way, we probably could. Like, you know, they're just logistical problems, or they're kind of capital, you know, economic problems. Like, they're chosen problems in a way. Like, the solutions are there in some way. There was Elon Musk said, like, it gets into some guy in the UN. If I gave you $2 billion, would you solve, like, you know, world hunger? Like, you know, in a way, yeah. Of course, because you could just give people food. But what's the old saying? Like, if you give people food, they'll eat for a day. But, you know, if you teach them how to fish, they'll eat, you know, for a lifetime. I mean, so maybe education, and this is the benefit and the absolute kind of gem that AI offers, is like education for everyone. Like, you have access to so much information, especially in ChatGPT. I know all the information isn't 100% accurate. Like, I know there's bits where it can kind of say, like, yeah, just err on the side of caution. But 99% of the time, I find the information is very useful. So that's where, if anything, AI is an educational tool. Like, say for example, like we ask the questions like, you know, like how do you do this, like, or you know, how do you tie your laces, and they give you a video from YouTube like how to tie your laces.
Do you know? I think we should do a poll. Is as in, Austin is ChatGPT mad. Where there's a new one on WhatsApp, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't like the WhatsApp one.
What you're talking about is the meta AI.
Yeah.
Because it's not free. It's because it's used like, because if you don't pay for your Facebook, see, Facebook can use your Facebook stuff you put on Facebook for marketing purposes, like,
yeah.
And they can do whatever they want with your information. But the meta AI, so this conversations you have with meta AI, you tell them personal details, ask the personal questions and all, and just gathering personal information about it. That is like cannon fodder to like the marketers. So like with the likes of ChatGPT, you pay a subscription. The content is contained. It's like your private content, like, so that's.
I don't pay a subscription to ChatGPT.
I do. That's the point I'm making. Like the meta AI is not not free. Like, because like do you pay a subscription for your Facebook? Did you not see the thing going around ages ago that Facebook said either you pay a monthly fee to use Facebook, or you give us access to all your data and we can use it for marketing purposes, and you can use Facebook for free. Did you not see that? I see that. That came up with my Facebook like months ago. Like, so I was like, I'll just use it for free. Okay, like that's why I don't use meta AI. Like,
okay,
yeah. So that's, I mean, meta AI is like you're telling all this personal information, like, you know.
I'm not really telling any personal information. Not really.
Yeah. What were you telling me? You're asking it like about. You're asking about. see, yes, yeah.
Stop. No, Austin.
What?
It's private.
It's not radio if it's not meta AI, is it? Like. Anyway, we're going for our beers, as you know, wherever and whenever you're listening to this. I hope you're enjoying the weather, some shape or form.
But I mean, it is. I mean, Ireland is very lucky. We can believe, like, we're always very lucky with the weather.
We have a mild climate, like.
No, yeah, exactly. We don't get the heat wave that the rest of Europe gets, and the extreme weather that Australia gets, you know.
Yeah, what's Australia like? Australia always
no,
gets,
it's freezing. It's snowing actually now at the moment. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Like this is global warming, and I think
you change your tune from like the last week's episode, or like, oh, global warming, you know, it's just it was like rainy summers, but like, you know.
No, I'm for global warming. I mean, come on, I mean.
Yeah, but global warming is just a term, though, isn't it? I mean.
No, it's not. Have you ever seen the movie Waterworld?
Yeah.
The polar ice caps have melted.
But they're not going to melt. Well, here's the thing: they've melted before.
No.
They've melted before.
No, but I see.
You know,
what we do in this time affects the future. So I mean, just because it's not happening now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen in 100 years' time. Okay, it's like if you go back in time and you step in or something, you change one bit, the rest of the. When you go back to it like 100 years later, a whole lot could have changed. You know what I mean?
But this, yeah, okay. If you go, but this is the thing. Like, you can't change time except in the present. Like,
yeah.
I mean, okay, we're going on to that.
We're rattling on.
We're going to a mind.
I'm sorry.
Mind melt that is time travel. Like that's a conversation when we won't evolve.
Sorry, we're evolving into something that.
But yeah, listen to last week's episode, folks, if you want. It was a good episode. A lot of people are interested in it. But it's interesting, like with the weather.
Yeah. Follow us on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, Midlife Renaissance.
Check in. How is the midlife renaissance? Like, we're nearly on episode 50. How's your midlife renaissance like? Because I don't have these conversations with people, like, and I say, I don't know, Nick is getting better or getting worse.
I don't know. I think I'm getting bad, or think I'm getting better, but I don't with him. It just makes it worse.
How do we index it? Like, how do we basically measure it? Like,
put him on mute for half the episode.
Put me on mute, then the whole episode goes on mute. Like this is
half the episode.
You crib me every week and say, "Oh, you do Austin, you do all the talking," and then you say, "I do all the research." Stop doing that.
Sorry, I'm
but it's like, you can do all the talking you want as well. Well, like, so what?
But you're so good at it.
Oh, thank you. I think that's a compliment. He gives me a compliment there, folks. But he's got to.
But I need to give him something, to boost his ego.
He's going to abuse me now when we go to pub.
I'm not going to abuse. But he's going to get me into trouble. One day he's going to get me into trouble. I'm going to be,
What? Trouble in what way? Like?
I don't know.
Well, see, this is the thing with like this. This is the thing. Like I was saying there, do you ever see Wizard of Oz? Like you're the lion, the heart. You need the bravery. Like you need the bravery. You need to be like.
No, the scarecrow is the one the brave.
Yeah, you said I'm a scarecrow. I need the brain. Like you look for a brain. Like I said, you're the lion. Like look for a heart. This bravery. Like
no, heart is.
Oh, the heart is Tin Man. Yeah, you look for the bravery. Yeah.
So if you know anyone who has the courage, you want to join us.
No, do you know what, Nick, folks? Comment on Nick's and just give him some feedback and tell him not to be such a baby and tell him to be brave and tell him to.
Yeah, I need a bit of to boost my confidence and a bit.
Yeah, no, because this is where we're trying to develop our ego. We are trying to develop our ego.
Oh, you have a big ego.
Yeah, well, there's no question that. Like, I'm a fine ego. Like, I work on that like regular basis. So how we develop your ego? Like, so. Right, next week we're going to talk movies. Oh, this is interesting. Next week it's going to be a Nick show.
No, it's not going to be a Nick show.
No, it's going to be a Superman Nick show.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Superman special, and Nick is going to be living his best life. Ain't you though?
Yeah.
Let's say, come on, own it. You're going to be on talking about Superman.
And I forgot I was wearing my glasses and I forgot
Well, come on.
Yeah.
Don't get on camera shy now.
Yeah. For our 50th episode, how did we get to 50 like that? I don't. Every week I say, how do we get this far? Like, how have you not got sick of this man over here? Yeah.
Well, in fairness, like we're doing it like every week consistently, so like, cheers.
Yeah, well, we haven't done it since April consistently, so I don't know. I think we do we need a couple of weeks break? Do we?
No.
After next week.
Well, you're actually on the 16th. We're not doing that because you're away or something.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. 16, 17. Yeah. Well, but that's in August.
But then I'm gonna have an episode in August special from stateside.
No, he's not. He's not gonna. It'd be one small promo like, oh, I'm here in California. Where are you? LA. Eh?
Yeah.
I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know.
They all reckon it won't go. So.
No, I reckon you'll go somewhere, but you put the background of LA. It'd be like Nova Scotia in Canada or something like that.
No, but seriously, like next week is gonna be a Superman show, folks.
But yeah.
Yeah, so come on, give the folks a snippet. What's the show gonna be? Are you gonna wear a Superman t-shirt?
I don't know. Maybe.
Folks, comment if you wanted to wear a Superman t-shirt.
Yeah, you put the comments up there. Put the poll up there.
We'll do a video later on Instagram and we'll say we'll promote the show next week. But we'll ask the audience do we want Nick to wear a Superman t-shirt?
Yes. I don't think a Superman suit would fit. I tried looking online. I don't think a Superman suit would fit me.
Well, like I say Superman t-shirt, like Superman t-shirt.
I want a Superman suit. I have the glasses. Just all it is the.
Well, surprise the audience then.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So.
I think we're.
So yeah. I mean, do you know what I find is funny?
Look at the camera. Hi.
I think the camera's gone over to the left a bit. It's gone over a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What? Sorry, I think we're going to have to stop here because he's just.
I'm just playing. Like, see, Nick gets very nervous when the silence is so bad.
Yeah.
But this is a thing you learn in Toastmasters. Like, this is you have to pause. Pause is okay. It creates suspense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Folks, give Nick some love.
It's not like do. Or what was it? What the beginning of the Superman music was do.
That's Jaws, man.
Oh, that's Jaws. Sorry, we're getting confused. But they're all John Williams.
You're getting confused.
John Williams. But yeah.
Alright, folks. Next week, tune in for a special Superman. Nick is going to be off the wall with his Superman topics.
Yeah.
And Superman.
I know we did one before Christmas, but this is because
it's a really popular show.
Huh?
Really popular show, like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Superman movies come out this Friday. James Gunn's directed it. Apparently, it's getting mixed reviews, but I think it will be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Obviously, they always cast an unknown as Superman. But anyway, that's what this is discussion for next week. I think we're gonna finish up that. So, anyway, see you next week.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Oh, Nick, it didn't record.